Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Off the Board, which is where we use Pinterest pins to inspire our layouts. I'm combining this today with Color Craze, and in fact, our Color Craze inspiration was pulled from Pinterest, so it's counting for both things. It is a somewhat monochromatic layout here with just these limey greens and or yellows, whichever you prefer to call that, and gray. And I'm combining it with series 13 of 30 days of sketches. This sketch was designed by Daisy Scraps. It's an awesome sketch. I really like it. And I like the addition of mixed media. I went pretty simple on this one, you guys. I could have gone a little bit hog wild because it was so amazing and started with a white background, but I decided to start with the monochromatic grays and blacks. And then this yellowy green color. And so my whole layout is going to be just the grays and blacks and whites and that green color. There is a little tiny bit of turquoise in there just on one of the stickers, so I will pull that in a little bit, but for the most part it's going to be using this paper. This rainbow paper is from Photo Play, and then this other piece I believe is from either Cartabello or Echo Park, and it is a baby paper. I am going to rip the edges off of it in her original piece. There is a stripe, a full-length stripe on the left-hand side, and then a smaller stripe on the right-hand side. Well, I'm going to do the opposite. Mine are going to go full length, but one is going to be narrow and one is going to be a little wider. So I have a little more weight on one side than the other with regard to those papers. I'm just using a little liquid glue to adhere those on. I could have done the reverse and put this black and white paper, torn the edges off of it, and stuck it on top of that green paper. But by doing it this way, it saves a little bit of that greeny yellow paper so that I can use it for something else. And I mean, by ripping off the little edges of the black and white rainbow paper there, it's not going to be anything that I would save anyway. It's just a little tiny strip. So I figured I would do it this way, and plus it gives a little bit of added texture, and I liked that. I did pull this wood grain out of my scrap bin, and I don't even know who this is from, you guys, but it's grays and blacks and whites, and so I thought it was perfect. I'll go ahead and use it. I'm going to make kind of like a tag out of it, although I'm not going to put a hole in it. I'm going to take that bracket sticker that I have and put it across one side of that tag or that piece of paper, and then I just fussy cut so that there's just a little bit of the gray showing, and then it's going to get tucked under, so it just gives a little bit of added color into that area, and that's going to provide me a little journaling spot. I started out with some older Tattered Angels product here, and it was a little bit too green for me, so I went to my Dylusions lime, and it is the right color of green, and so I went to that. I just stuck my paintbrush in the bottle to pull a little bit of the color, and I know it looks kind of like haphazard and like white, like it doesn't even look like I did much there, and I really didn't do a whole lot, you guys. Honestly, it was super easy. I'm just gonna be covering up the areas that kind of leave a void of that color there, and then I just wanted a little bit of it kind of peeking out from underneath everything. She's got some splats peeking out from underneath her embellishments, and so I kind of wanted to do the same thing. And I really like the way that it ends up looking. It just gives a little added color. I thought the photos were perfect for this as well, because he's just wearing a gray shirt, and I think he's got like some black shorts on or something like that. So kind of monochromatic as well. I do have a little bin of baby stuff that are kind of holdovers from when I did my grandson's album, and so I just kind of weeded through there and pulled a few things out that were all in the same color scheme, and they worked really well together, so I'm pretty happy about that. Trying not to get super wordy and watching that I don't pull just all word stickers and add a few other things besides word stickers. Oh my goodness. I did pull out my Lost Shadow Distress spray, and I sprinkled a little bit of that on top of the green or the lime mixed media area, just to bring in a little bit more gray. And I like the way that that's looking. It's really light. It's not adding dark pops of gray or anything. It's very subtle, but I like the way that it looks. And then I am pulling in this little postage stamp guy and trying to figure out where that's going to go. I didn't want it to cover his little chunky hand, and we do call him chonkers, so in a loving way. He probably won't be called that for long because he's going to outgrow that roly-poly arm stage. Both of his sisters had that as well, and they've more than outgrown it. And so I didn't want to cover up his little hand and his little knuckles because you can see them all front and center in that middle picture. So I just adjusted and put the postage stamp more left and then worked that direction. Inking everything up with some black soot distress ink just to kind of take the brightness down a notch. Trying to figure out where to put this little sticker that has a stroller on it. I was going to say a shopping cart. It's a stroller or pram or whatever you want to call it. Buggy. And so I moved one of those wordy stickers up to give it a little bit more, because it felt weighted better up there rather than putting the little tiny stroller sticker up there. I put that next to the baby bottle sticker, and I think that works fine. Adding a little bit more of that lime green down in this third embellishment area. She's got a third embellishment area on the sketch, and I think that looks really good. So I'm going to go ahead and pop a little bit of it down there. At the end of the day, you don't see a lot of it because I am going to add one more sticker to the two lower embellishment areas to bring in a little bit of the turquoise that is on the sticker up in the upper right, where it says joy and love on it. And I thought about bringing in this baby onesie, and I really like the way that it looks on camera, but in person I wasn't really thrilled with it, so it didn't make the cut. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, that was really cute. I could have just left that and it would have been adorable. But I didn't, so it's not on this layout. I'll save it for a different layout and use it somewhere else. This little tiny circular sticker, I cannot remember what that says, but it brings in that turquoise color to the bottom over here, bottom right hand side as well. And so I thought that worked fine. Pretty happy with the way that that looks, just to bring in that color. Oh, it just says love on it, you guys. So very simple. And then I'm going to put the date on that little brackety sticker that is on the lower right hand corner. And then I'm using a little bit of archival ink with this large number 7 stamp to stamp it on the place where I'm going to add a little journaling. And that is because this is his 7-month photo. I'm also bringing in some gray, matte gray enamel dots to each one of the embellishment areas. It's not adding any color, and in fact on screen you can hardly see them just because they kind of, you know, it's gray and gray on kind of a gray background with a lot of gray on it. But in person you can see it, and there's added texture, and I think I really like the way that that looks, which is that little added texture. And just trying to find the right place to put them. I'm just doing a little grouping of 3, like a triangle grouping in each one of my embellishment areas, trying also not to put a whole bunch more on top of where I want to put a little bit of journaling. I did find a little gray heart. Right now it's in front of the number 7, but I'm going to move it to the opposite side of the number 7, I think, so that I have just a little bit more real estate for writing, and I don't run into the heart when the journaling goes down. So I really like the cluster at the bottom, how it says little and boy. I thought that's super cute. And I think that this is going to be a really cute addition to his little album, which is slowly becoming a larger album. So there I've just moved the heart. I did ink it as well with a little bit of the black soot distress ink. And I'm moving the little turquoise sticker that says hello at the very bottom. And that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. There will be a link down below for the people playing along with 30 Days of Sketches, and that is a playlist. Go and check out what MK is doing for Color Craze, and then there will be links also for people playing along with Off the Board, so you can see all of the inspiration for everything that is going on today. Take care. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will be back again on Friday with another layout, so come back and check that out. Bye-bye.